What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Flow Vice episode 11. Today and over the next few days, we're going to be going over flow state and the triggers that stimulate flow state because that is one of the most helpful things out of anything I've ever said or I'm going to say. Flow state is one of the pillars that you want to have in your life. You study it, live by it, work by it, play by it, love by it. Flow state is human potential, right? And they're not even discovering the tip of the iceberg. People are doing shit these days at such an accelerated rate every year, every single month actually, that it's unprecedented. So I'm gonna put y'all on, since a lot of people don't know that there's this kind of flow state revolution going on with human beings, kind of like on some Lucy shit, but not as like sci-fi and shit. But anyways, there's three different sections, the three different types of triggers, I should say. There's psychological triggers, environmental triggers, and there's social triggers, okay? So today we're going to talk about psychological triggers, right? So the first one is clear goals. So, it's good to be writing, right? As an exercise, and repetition is the mother of skill, right? Yes, that's very true. But when you have clear goals, you're going into the situation already knowing what you want to accomplish. Do you want to rap faster this week? Do you want to add a couple more syllables? Do you want to get better at storytelling? You already have a very clear goal. When you sit down to do the work, especially when you combine that with the other triggers, you're going to hit that flow state and you're going to be way more productive, and your best self is going to come out through the work, right? Clear goals. That's a given, all right? But a lot of people don't know that flow state is involved with that. But anyways, next one, immediate feedback. An example, freestyle and then a cipher around other people. You're gonna see their reactions. Another example, me uploading these videos. I could tell, what people like. So when I sit down and write, I could already know which kind of direction to go. You know what I'm saying? When it's not something I'm writing for myself, and when it's something I'm writing to, get a reaction out of. You know what I'm saying? Because you're an MC. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be part of it sometimes, right? So immediate feedback, that goes into putting yourself in uncomfortable situations to stimulate actual growth, right? And at the same time, when you put yourself in those kind of situations, it's gonna trigger the flow state. You think about it in your life. Sometimes where you felt like you were fucked, or you had anxiety, and then you surprised yourself. It's because you hit the flow state. It's part of human beings, right? So immediate feedback. Put yourself in those situations where you're gonna be able to, think on your feet. As frightening as that is to some people, little by little, you're gonna start to see it as exciting. So, because exciting and frightening kind of cousins right there. I know that all too well. The next one, there's a challenge intensity level to skills intensity level ratio, right? So you're gonna draw you a box, right? And just like a graph in school, on the bottom you're gonna write skill level, right? The left side is the lowest it could be. The right side is the highest it could be. And on the up and down on the left side, you're gonna write challenge level, intensity level. The top is gonna be the highest. The bottom is gonna be the lowest. When you have low skill level required and low challenge, you have apathy, right? If you go to a high challenge level, low skill level, that's anxiety producing. If you have high challenge level and medium skill level required, it actually triggers arousal, right? And if you have low challenge and you have medium skill level required, it's boredom. And if you have low challenge level required but high skill level required, but it's not such a challenge, that actually triggers relaxation. Medium challenge and high skill level required is control. But what we care about is flow state, which is right here, which is high challenge, high skill level required. So that means to trigger flow state, you're going to want to challenge yourself. Do your bits where you're just doing it to get out the way, to write bars, to write your 16 for the day or for the week, whatever your clear goal is, right? Do that for repetition's sake to get those synapses connections going and those neural pathways established. But you're gonna want to incorporate some flow state time. So in order to produce that with psychological triggers alone for today, you're gonna want to make sure that you're giving yourself a high challenge, right? Give yourself something challenging to work on, faster or more complex metaphors, right? And you're gonna want to match that with the skill level, right? So that kind of goes hand in hand with rapping, to be honest. Because I mean, this you flow state is with everything that we do. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to rapping, you're gonna want to make sure that it's something that you never did before, or something that you know that you're not very good at. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing your flow state time. I'm not saying you can't do things that you're strong at, but in your designated flow state time, you're gonna want to do things that you know you need to work on, right? And things that you know that it's not even just that you're bad at it. It's something that requires high skill in the first place in order to get in that zone. And the rate of improvement is going to be so ridiculous if you make this a part of your regimen. Come on, yeah. All right, so that's that, and that goes into the last one for psychological: intense focus, concentration. So that means no distractions, nobody around you, no TV, no phone. You can't have none of that. Nothing, just whatever, however you got to set up your space, whatever space that you have. Even if, I mean, you got fucked up and you're living with your parents. I'm not judging. I've been there before, and you got like a little room where you go to the bathroom, whatever it is, whatever you need to do. Go to the park, take a walk, something. Find you some time to be just alone. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't, wait till everybody goes to sleep. Find a way. And I'm saying that because I know there's been plenty of times where people try to give examples of the struggle, but they had no fucking clue, what I was having to deal with. But anyways, high concentration, focus, right? When you're having some of your flow state time, you're going to want to put yourself in an environment or a setting where you can just focus on the task at hand. Making sure that you have clear goals. Making sure that, at least sometimes you're going to want to have immediate feedback. And that could also be, hey, can you read this over and tell me what you think? You're going to want to make sure it's a challenge, both in skill and like just the objective. And then you want to make sure that you can intensely focus on it. Now, those are your psychological triggers for flow state. And it's nothing that you probably never even heard before, but a lot of people did not know that it was associated with that state of mind, which is at the maximum human potential. And you're gonna want to do that when you're becoming an MC or becoming a better MC. All right, y'all. That's it for today. Tomorrow we're gonna be talking about the environmental triggers for flow state, and there are a lot more than that. I'll tell you that much. See y'all tomorrow.